Hi there, Wycliffe Barrett, Xplane dedicated. Today we're going to have a look at the Winwing PAP 3 MCP. Now this is absolutely wonderful from Winwing. Here we have it. There's two types that you can get, two models of it you can get, and I'll talk about that later. This is what I used to have many years ago, and there is no comparison between the two whatsoever. That one was flimsy, lightweight, not real sized at all. It actually was really not that good at all. In comparison, the Winwing is absolutely fantastic. So here we are. I'm going to have my dodgy unboxing as per usual with my knife that I keep handy. Now, once again, Winwing, I mean, this has come all the way from China. Look at that box, absolutely pristine. There was no other wrapping on it, no outer wrapping on it. It came in this box. The tape on it, high quality tape. It's a really sturdy cardboard box without a single mark on it, considering that it's come all the way from Chengdu, China, which is in the Sichuan area, and then goes from Chengdu to Shanghai, from Shanghai to Amsterdam. It's travelled a long way, and if you look on Google Earth and you figure out where Chengdu is from Shanghai, it's a long way. Honestly, it's a long flight across the country. Anyway, getting back to the unboxing, here we have another box inside, and once again, this cardboard is high quality cardboard. I think some model makers would be quite happy to use this kind of stuff as templates or whatever, to do some 3D CAD or 3D card work with. Anyway, trying to get into it, couldn't figure it out, but eventually I got in there, and the packaging is that kind of soft styrofoam, spongy styrofoam, which I haven't seen too often on packaging. Well, ignore the Crocs, I only wear them in the house. So what are we getting here? Let's just check that we're in frame. We are in frame. So you get a bag with a spanner and an Allen key and a whole bag of nuts, hexagon nuts. There's your USB-C to USB socket and your certification certificate that's obviously been put in there by the packer. Those fantastic adhesive feet. There's the top packaging, and then we've got these four. These are the brackets that actually you mount to the unit, and then you can have it on your desktop or in any other way. You can even attach it to the desk mount that Winwing sell. I've got mine on the desk beneath the monitor, as I'll show you shortly. So here we are, just checking that we're in frame still, and getting the plastic bag, protective anti-static bag, off of the product. Now, in the hand, it's got quite a little bit of weight to it. I wouldn't say exactly how heavy it is. I couldn't tell you, although on the shipping label it said that altogether it was 2 kilos with the boxes and everything, so that's around about 4 pounds. But this doesn't weigh 4 pounds. I'd say it probably weighs about 2 point something. But as you can see, it's well constructed. The buttons and the knobs are really, a good size. On the heading knob there, you've got a dual rotary, so you've got bank angle rotary, and then the heading rotary as well. On the back, you can see the USB-C connection there next to those two little green dots, and there's one for power there if you decide to power it in a home build, I guess. So that's the unboxing of it. It's really high quality. I read somewhere that it was an aluminium case, but I'm not quite sure whether it is aluminium. It might be. I'm just tapping it here now. It's hard to tell. It doesn't feel cold enough for aluminium, but it could well be, because it's so well coated. Here you can see it in front of the monitor. Everything works. The switches. So flight director switches. It's just really well made. The vertical speed rotary, absolutely marvelous. The altitude knob, everything. The buttons. The unfortunate thing is that the LNAV, VNAV, level change, heading select, etc. Those buttons, they haven't got a click. which is unfortunate. But here you see it under the monitor. It's not exactly full size. Having been in the Simmer 737 up in Gloucester, I can tell you this is not full size. If it had the ephes on each end, the barrow indicator, etc., it might be close to full size, but not quite. So it'd be interesting to see how people build this into their cockpit builds. You can see my computer. You can see the aircraft above there. In this shot here, where it's nighttime, I was only flying up to Manchester, just a quick flight, but you can see me using the rotary knob there for altitude. It's a 360 rotary knob, so you can go all the way around left and right, no problem at all. VNav, I was on VNav, so let's turn that off. You can see we're on speed there. Just turn it back on. So it is a full auto panel. Here you can see this is just in a normal daylight configuration. Now, underneath the vertical speed, you'll see like a grey round circle next to a screw there. It's like a grey disc. That is a light sensitive diode, whereby you can configure the lighting to react to the ambient lighting within your room, so to speak. I've got this slaved to the cockpit lighting. So if I want to turn up the brightness on this, I would go into the cockpit and turn up the glare shield bright button, which is behind the yoke on the panel on the main bulkhead. So unlike the FMC, where you turn the brightness for that up down on the main pedestal, the brightness for this, which is separate from the FMC, is the glare shield knob, which is behind the yoke in the 737. When I say behind the yoke, it's behind the yoke on the bulkhead. You can see me just messing around here. I wasn't flying. Now, when you install the software, you've already got SimAmp Pro maybe from when you got your FMC. If you haven't got the FMC, and this is your first product, you've got to download the SimApp Pro software and install that onto your machine. Now, they do recommend in the manual, and you can only get the manual on the Winwing website, they do recommend in the manual that you update the firmware for the product. Now, I don't think that's necessary, but I did do it anyway, updated the firmware, and you do that through the SimApp Pro, and then that is it. You don't have to do anything else. There's no configuration to do. It's simply plug and play. The bizarre thing is, of course, that when you first turn on your flight sim, and when you first turn on SimApp Pro, it'll light up, but all the numbers will just say 8888. And then when you go into the simulator and you go into your aircraft cold and dark, it'll go black. Everything will turn off. And so you have to do your cold and dark start. Here you see the FMC and the MCP all together. It didn't cost that much. The original Go Flight one that I had that you saw at the beginning of the video, I think that was something like £350, maybe even a bit more. These two together only come to 300. Okay, just under 300 in fact. And if you bought it through your country's website on Winwing and you haven't got it yet, go to global shipping. I bought both of them through global shipping, and they took just over a week to arrive from China. So my advice would be to go through global shipping as opposed to what is supposed to be your country's website, because they haven't distributed out to the different countries. The UK distribution center hasn't got them, and as far as I'm aware, neither of any of the other places. So go to global shipping and do it through there. Okay, for those of you here in the UK, I can only talk about the UK. There was no added VAT. There was no import duties. The price I paid was exactly what it said on the website, which was £148 and something else. So for the MCP, 148. For the FMC, I think it was something like 138. I can't quite remember exactly, so don't hold me to that. You'll have to go back and have a look at the other video. Hope this has been useful. My advice, if you can afford it, buy it, because it is absolutely brilliant. It's certainly a wonderful piece of hardware to have. If you're anywhere near a serious simmer, then get one. Okay, we'll see you soon. Take care. Cheerio.